What's up, y'all? Uh, my name is Keith, and this is gonna be my first video. Um, I'm gonna be talking about two very highly talked about certifications. Um, Whenever someone is entering networking, these two are bound to come up, and there's also uh, a debate on like which one you want to take. Should you take the Network Plus? Should you take the CCNA? And I wanted to give my opinion on those two certifications. So, little background about me. I'm an IT major. My concentration is in cybersecurity. In my senior year of undergrad, and so I'm finishing up. Yeah, I'm still learning a lot, but I hear a lot about these two, and I'm currently studying for my CCNA. So I feel like I can say my little opinion on these two. So yeah, that's gonna be this video. There's some talking points I wanted to go over. I wrote down in my book. I wanted to talk about cost. I wanted to talk about material. I wanted to talk about value/weight of the certification, and then finally, what your goals are and do they align with the CCNA or the Network Plus. So, what are these two exams? Well, they're both entry-level certification exams to help you get your foot into the networking field. Although they are both entry-level, one I will say goes more into depth into networking and is not just conceptual. So for the Network Plus, we have an exam that is mainly going over concepts like routers, switches, layer 2, layer 3 devices, IPv4 addressing, subnetting, VLSM, things like that. I'm sure it goes over, but on the other hand, the CCNA goes over those topics at an even greater depth. So you'll be getting a lot more out of the CCNA than you would be getting than in Network Plus. All right, so let's get into the cost of the two exams. For the Network Plus, you'll be looking at $390. However, if you are a student, grad student, whatever, you are able to get it discounted. I was able to take my Security Plus discounted, and it was like $100 something off of it. And same would be applied to any other certification that you plan to take. So instead of $390, you'll be paying $189. And that's without the retake voucher. That's going to be roughly about $40 more. And so you'll just be looking at like the low 200s for taking the Network Plus with the retake, which is like added insurance. So if you don't pass the first one, you have another chance to take it. So that is good. Honestly, that's not bad for an entry-level certification like that. And on the other hand, CCNA is $300 flat. I don't think you can get a student discount on it. If there is a way, I'd love to know. But as far as I know, it's just straight up 300. But the Network Plus, if you are a student, then you can get it at a discounted rate, which is $189, which is opposed to the regular price, $390. That's really expensive, in my opinion. $400, and then added for if you want to retake. So for an exam like that, you're already looking at, okay, one is cheaper than the other. So the next talking point is the material in each. I kind of went over them briefly, but I could go over them a little bit more in depth. So with the CCNA, you're looking at a vendor-specific certification, which is tailored just for like Cisco devices, since it is by Cisco. However, with the Network Plus, it is vendor neutral, which means like whatever you're learning can be applied anywhere, any company you go, any job you go, things like that. So that's another difference in the two, is just depending on which one you're looking for. Are you looking for a vendor specific certification or a vendor neutral certification? And another big difference is the CCNA has a lot of hands-on experience that you can gain, experience and skills that you could gain from taking the certification and studying for it, because they incorporate their application called Cisco Packet Tracer, where is like a virtualization, sorry, a virtualization for building network topologies. So you'll be configuring devices, connecting them with different cables and things like that. So you'll gain a lot of experience that you can go into a job interview, or you can do like a little project on there, and you can go in there and talk to them about it. However, with the Network Plus, I mean, it's not much you could talk about with that besides just telling them like, hey, this is what I got, and that kind of shows up for itself. But it's good when you have the certification to show up, and the hands-on skills and practice that you took along with it. So that is another difference with the material as well. So for the value of the certifications, I mean, I have to give it to the CCNA. That's definitely 10 times out of 10 is going to hold more value than the Network Plus. You're just getting so much from that one certification. You're already going in depth on the different topics, plus hands-on experience with Cisco Packet Tracer. That's really good, and employers will love that as someone coming into networking. So I have to give the cake to CCNA. That doesn't mean that the Network Plus is like holds zero value. That's not true. But I'll say in comparison to the CCNA, it does hold less value. But that doesn't make it like, oh, he got the Network Plus. No, that's not what that means. It means that you have a good fundamental working knowledge of networking, and you can definitely build on top of that. Just because you got the Network Plus don't mean you can't go up to a higher certification. So it just all depends on your path. The last topic I wanted to go over is, what are your goals? Like I had said previously, it just depending on your path, you can go for the Network Plus starting out, and then you can work up to something like the CCNA, and then the CCNP, and so on. Or you can just go straight to the CCNA because you're, I don't know, maybe feeling very confident, or you don't want to pay that extra money for the Network Plus, however you see fit. That would be your path, and that's the best way that you could go about it. So, but yeah, definitely know what your goals are, your future job, what you want your future job to be, because depending on what that is, that could definitely impact what certification you want to get. Because if you're taking networking very seriously and you want to be like a network engineer, network admin, then you should definitely, I would advise you to go for the CCNA right off the bat. However, if you're looking for like just basic knowledge, knowing what networking is and all the different terms and concepts, then the Network Plus is fine in its own right. So there's nothing wrong with going for the Network Plus. You just want to go for the certification that best help you, but also complements what you want to do. So just don't go for a certification because everybody else is saying go for the certification. While that might be a good certification, but like, you don't need to go for it. You don't need to do that. You don't need to spend the hundreds of dollars that will cost, and who knows how much more for like the study material and all those different things. So definitely know your path, know your goals, know what you want to do in the future, and then you'll know exactly what to pick and which certification is the best for you. But yeah, guys, this is all that I wanted to talk about as far as the CCNA and the Network Plus. Just know what your goals are. Those will definitely let you know which certification you should take. Not saying one would be useless if you take it, but it might not be as, for the occupation you want to go in, it might not do as much as you think. So definitely know that. Try to get the one that best complements what you want to do. So I think that's like the best thing I could say regarding any certification. If you know you want to do cybersecurity, get that security plus, get that CYSA plus, whatever. If you want to do networking, you could get these and then move up from there. So definitely like know what you want to do. And that pretty much settles it for this video. Like I said, I don't know a crazy amount. I'm still getting into my career, but I have heard a lot about this, and someone that wants to really get into this field, I wanted to talk about the two. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys learned from the video. If there's anything else you want me to talk about in another one, let me know. Like I said, I'm still studying for my CCNA, so it's hard. It's a lot of concepts. It's a lot of material. However, the exam is roughly 50 questions. So I believe that is less questions than the Network Plus, because I know for my Security Plus, it was like 70 something. So, but yeah, still tough, but I'm gonna be working through it. And yeah, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and like I said, comment down anything you learned from the video or that you want to tell me, because I'm definitely open to talking with everyone and seeing how their progress and their journey is going to be. So definitely do that, and I'll see you guys on the next video.